All right, it feels like every week there's more software that AI has killed. Photoshop is dead. Notion is on life support. Premiere Pro is pushing daisies. Now apparently website builders are done for. But is that actually true or just another headline in this AI hype cycle? So I'm gonna try it myself. We're gonna take a very basic landing page and build a fully functioning website using, you guessed it, AI. No templates, no coding, no trying to figure out the difference between WordPress.org and WordPress.com, just one prompt. And we'll see. Are these web builders actually dead, or is this video just going to be some more YouTube clickbait? All right, so here's the plan. We're gonna use Cursor to build this whole thing. But first, because I promised one prompt, I don't wanna look like an idiot. So we're gonna spend a lot of time building this prompt out. It's gonna be long, it's gonna be extensive. I've never actually tried this before with Cursor, but I think it will help if we're really specific about what we're looking for. So I have a bunch of website examples that I'll show you in a second. But first, we are just going to look at the current website, which is this. It's headline, it's subheadline, and then it's call to action. And this took me hours to build in Framer. I would guess that it will be quicker building this in Cursor than it did for me to just add a headline and a subheadline and an email call to action in Framer. So that's it. We're going to take this and we're going to build it out into a fully functioning website. So let's do this. First, let's go over to ChatGPT. I don't know any website design terminology. I have no coding experience. So I need ChatGPT to really define what I'm looking for. And I do have some bookmarks I've saved. If we look at these websites, they all kind of have a similar style. I don't know what to call it though. It's like there's gradients and there's like grain. There's some moving animations. It's abstract. It's all kind of dark mode, more grain, really like this website. And then I have a couple, what the plan is I'm gonna also piece together some different sections of different sites. So we are going to define the overall look and feel with ChatGPT, then we'll input that into Cursor. Then we will go and we'll actually do section by section and tell Cursor, here's a screenshot of what I want this to look like for this section, etc. As long as it's sticking to the overall feel. So, okay, let's do this with ChatGPT. Previously, I would upload just screenshots, but we're not even gonna do that. We're just gonna give it the websites here. Let's see how good it is at defining these. All right, so I'm building a website in Cursor and I wanna really prompt it properly. I don't wanna look like an idiot to my YouTube viewers. So I want this thing to be prompt fully. And I have an overall kind of look and feel. We'll start there. The below websites, be honest with me, tell me if you're able to like look at these websites and define the style. But this is what I want the overall feel to be. Can you look at each of these websites and see overlap and tell me exactly how I should prompt Cursor for this overall look and feel and just different elements, layouts, all that kind of stuff? Okay, reveals common design elements, modern, professional, kind of generic, but okay. Minimalist, clean design, consistent, grid-based layout. It sounds a little generic, so I'm gonna push back on this. Modern, minimalist. You know what, let's do this. Let's try screenshots now. I'm wondering if, screw it, let's do full page screenshots for each of these and see how well ChatGPT reads this. My theory is it doesn't really get a feel for it when it's using the links. So showing the actual websites via screenshot, I think it might help it interpret better, but we will see. Okay, I don't think you truly defined these well enough. This is a very basic, very generic way to describe a website. How about this? I'm uploading a bunch of screenshots for you. Can you analyze this a bit better and find recurring themes and layouts and designs that I can use to define an overall feel for this website? Thanks for sending the screenshots. Now we're talking. Futuristic but warm. Okay, soft blurb. Okay, this is what I was looking for. Soft blurbs, flat design, punchy headings. I don't need the copy feedback, but okay. Soft radial gradient overlays. Okay, this is the stuff that I didn't know how to describe. Floating colorful shapes. Okay, design a modern dark mode website that feels futuristic but warm. Think soft neon glows, glassy UI. That's another good one. Didn't know how to define that. Wide grid-based structure with bold headings, rounded card components. Another good one. Smooth gradients. Yet love it. Next step, I have this copy deck with just kind of some placeholder copy. Basically, I just wanted to use this to fill in the different sections. So it's not just a single above the fold headline and subheadline like the old website, but it's actually a fully built out website like I promised. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go through these different sections. So we have the heading and the subheadline, and I have specific websites that I really like their kind of look and feel. So for the heading and subheadline, I love this. So I am just going to screenshot this, and I'm going to use it later when inputting into Cursor. So I have this copy, turn your conversations into clients, and I have a subheadline similar to screenshot one attached. Okay, so Cursor node, headline, subheadline. Okay, then section 1 is going to be, so we have the headline. The next section is just we're going to get right into the video content that we do and all these different examples. For the sake of just one prompting this, I am just gonna have it do placeholder videos. I wonder if it can actually put videos in there and have it play. That would be pretty awesome. Okay, so I have another example from this other company called Viral Cuts. I like their structure where it's video in the middle, and on the outside you can see there's like the scrolling carousel, but then it's like grayed out and it's not focused. I don't know how to define that again, so I'm going to go back to ChatGPT. I'm going to paste this screenshot in. So now to add on to this prompt for Cursor, I'm going to take it section by section. And after the headline, I have this video portfolio of all of the different videos that we've done for clients. And I want to use this example from this company called Viral Cuts. I love the way their video carousel is laid out. Can you give me the exact prompt to give to Cursor for them to build it in a similar feel? Perfect clarification. Thank you, ChatGPT. Add a horizontally scrollable video carousel section with the following layout. Display 5 video cards. Should be full opacity and full color. Okay, nice. The cards on either side should be slightly scaled down and faded or darkened. Create a depth effect. Okay, sounds good. Left and right arrows, arrow clicks. On hover, video thumbnails should light up slightly or animate subtly. All cards should be clickable. Okay, nice. Can you add, that's perfect. Can you just add to the interaction too? So when I actually click on this Viral Cut site, what it does is it auto plays with volume. So can you tell it to do that? And then can you also tell it, I'm not going to upload any videos right now, but just tell it to input placeholder videos and have it be 9:16 vertical orientation and have it auto play. If we can do that, and have it it's not like the Vimeo UI, but it's just like it's just a basic UI with no like Vimeo player or anything. So it auto plays, and it's also not that annoying, like, I don't know if it's like a JavaScript thing or something, but it's like where you actually, it's like looks very old, like 90s look to it, where you play and then you can like hit download and stuff like that. I don't want any of that. I want it to just auto play and then have the ability for the user to, if they hover over the video card, to hit pause. Can you add all of that? All right, so for each card, vertical videos, do not use embedded video players yet. HTML5 video player, nice. Didn't know what that meant. Very good prompter, Mr. ChatGPT. Is there a character limit on prompting for Cursor? We will see. Okay, that's section 2 done. Now just scrolling down, again, just trying to prompt the living crap out of this thing. So section 3 is what I call the services. It's just kind of like the offerings, what we do for each podcast episode. So I have the copy written for each of these, and I had this kind of drafted Cursor note. So here, I again like these people. I love the, I don't even know how to describe this. It's like translucent and then like a hover state. Okay, so we're gonna go back to ChatGPT. It's gonna help us with the prompt here. So I'm gonna take a screenshot of this. All right, nice. So the next section it's kind of like a services section. So it actually lists out the different offerings we do per deliverable. What I want to do is similar to this website. I have 2 screenshots attached. Can you just, again, prompt Cursor for the exact services section, what we want layout and interaction wise? Okay, 3-column grid, rounded corners, top left, 1 to 2, bottom line, explore, built in a frosted. Include a custom icon in the top right corner for each card with this style. Love it, love it. Okay, all right, really curious how that's going to do. All right, so that's section 3. So this, again, I'm just piecing this thing together. So I really liked how Viral Cuts does this. Is a very simple 1, 2, 3. I just want it to be in my style. So I'm gonna go to ChatGPT again, and I'm actually gonna get crazy here. I want ChatGPT to think of a design that would work well for everything that I've given it. So let's see what it comes up with. All right, nice, got that section down. Now section 3 is the actual process and how this works. Here is how it works. So it's like really tight, concise copy, and it's just a simple 1, 2, 3 process. I have a screenshot attached of an example, but it isn't exactly in my style. Can you think of a creative way to display this? Keep it clean, sharp, and punchy. Use icons, abstract illustrations, and neon frosted glass style. Not even gonna bother reading all of that. We're just sounds good to me. Last section, section 4, just a simple FAQs. Okay, so I'm going to again prompt ChatGPT. All right, nice. Last section, it's an FAQ section. It's just gonna be placeholder lorem ipsum copy, but I really like how this website does it. So create an FAQ with a modern, clean, interactive design, match the site's dark theme, title at the top. Cool, sounds good. Okay, so we have a prompt now. If you can call it a prompt, it's more like a novel. Okay, so we have the overall feel, we have the headline, the cursor notes, we have the different sections with all of these different notes and copy. This is an 11-page prompt. I'm gonna be honest, I've never tried inputting this level of context into Cursor, but ChatGPT is able to do it, so maybe Cursor is able to do it too. Okay, so we are in Cursor. We're about to input this beast of a prompt and see what happens. I am going to select, so it's on 3.7 Sonnet. I kind of want to go max for this. I kind of want to go all out, see what it can do. 5 cents per request. I don't know how much that's going to cost me, but it's worth it. Okay, we're going to go back here. We have this full prompt, all of this. Just going to give it everything and see what happens. All right, Cursor, don't make me look like an idiot. And we are going to hit send. So it usually takes a while to build, but it's just incredible watching this thing code. And I mean, I know nothing about coding, so I just hit accept all for everything. But what I do like to do just to try to understand what's going on is I will just follow along and make sure it's not missing anything. I feel like I'm slowly figuring out the code terminology. I'll never learn how to code, and I guess I probably don't need to anymore, but it is really interesting to see it kind of built in real time and understand what is going on. Okay, it is complete. Moment of truth. Let's see if it's actually one prompt built a freaking website. I'm nervous. Okay, responsive layout. The project structure is organized as follows. Index HTML. So we go to the index HTML. I mean, oh, they've even got some hover state interaction. They've got the services, they've got how it works, even got some fun little animations. The FAQs are there. I mean, this is pretty freaking good for a one prompt output. Like, it took me 20 to 30 minutes just gathering the prompt and then 10 minutes of waiting in Cursor. That was the only work I did, and this is what it came up with. It's not perfect, but it's like 75, 80% of the way there. It's a little flat right now as I'm looking at it, but I mean, that can be changed. Like, this is the output. All I need to do now is post it on something like Vercel, and this website is live. You can leave, you can go if you want. For those that want to stick around, we are going to stress test the living crap out of this thing. I'm going to try to make it look really professional with all these examples I have. Remember, I am not a coder. I know nothing about JavaScript or HTML, anything going on. I know nothing about design either. All I'm doing is asking ChatGPT to define the design terminology, then going to Cursor to actually input and build this thing. All right, let's see. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to give feedback. We're going to take it section by section now. So really, we're going to just firm up each section. I actually kind of like the little gradient that it had here. First of all, so I don't go broke with these responses, we're going to get out of Sonnet Max and we're going to go Claude 3.7 Sonnet from here on out. So, okay, how do I do this? This is what we're going to do. I'm going to go here. I really like this website as inspiration. So I really want to pull some of these elements from here. And I'm going to describe exactly what I'm looking for. First, I'm going to screenshot it. Like, you can just see it's the little subtle touches that aren't exactly there. And some things are just like messed up design-wise. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to define all of that. Okay, good first stab, but let's do this. Let's take it section by section and really define this. I want this thing to look really professional and be in the same kind of design style as the other designs that I mentioned in the prompt. We're going to start with the header, and here is a screenshot attached. Want the look and feel to be. So you can see that it has this neon green color for highlighting the different elements, which I really like. So let's do that. And And then you can see there's also an underline. So let's underline conversations in that, again, neon green palette. Okay, so I'm going to take the screenshot. It's building, it's building, it's building. I mean, I like this a lot. It's got a good feel to it. Video section. All right, next section, I am just going to input the videos I have and have it come up with this style. It's kind of close, but we're going to see if we can really tweak this thing and make it good with actual videos. The top header section looks great. We're going to move on to the next section, which is the video, which needs quite a bit of work. So first, I have all of the video assets with the thumbnails. Can you input those and we can see how it interacts with the player? Okay, so while we wait for Cursor to output the video section, we're going to go to ChatGPT. With 4.0 image generator now, I realized I can come up with unique iconography from this. So I'm going to give it a prompt just in terms of style that we're going to pull from Arunda. Again, Arunda, you have a beautiful looking site. I love your icons. I promise I'm not copying it too much, but I want ChatGPT to come up with similar icons. So we're going to screenshot these and then we're going to input it in ChatGPT. We're going to have it come up with icons. Sounds great. Not even going to read it. I see glass morphism. That looks good to me. Now, based on the icon style definition below, please create a single icon and a square aspect ratio for this offering. We're going to take it offering by offering. All right, so the recording cut out, but what happened was, so I asked it to give me some icons. This is where 4.0 image generator is going to be insane for iconography for people's websites. This is like, saves so much time. You can come up with unique images for anything, for any web property. So that's what it came up with. And this is its output. I mean, it looks freaking beautiful. I don't know how I guess you would have had to hire a designer to do this. I don't know how else you would have generated these. And this is like 2 weeks ago, I would have had to do this. So now it's just outputting this. Then we just went through and I told it, okay, make it for this one. And then it did short form, then it did YouTube management, then it did SEO driven blog content. And it's all in the same style. It's just insane. Let's look at Cursor too. So what Cursor has been doing in the background is it's been making the video. Let's see if this actually works. I mean, this looks good. We've got videos on the left and right. We've got kind of this like never ending carousel.
Selena, and he said this, we want to.
Okay, this is really close. Wow, it did a good job here. This is just annoying how it.
Honest, there are a bunch of line level jobs that
how it like never ending, or I want it to be never ending. When I scroll to the end of the videos, it like scrolls to the end. I want it to just be a never ending carousel. Is that something you can do? They're like children, kind of.
More businesses you launch, the more I go, is that you identify these problems.
Very rarely are we on that pinnacle. Basically,
we've got the videos, the peaking on the sides of the screens. We've got the play button working. We got when I click a video,
Selena, and he said this,
works, it pauses, everything is perfect. So we're gonna move on. We've got the video section. So here's what the site is so far. So one thing I want to do now, I don't like these lines here. I don't know what you call these. It's just like, I don't know, it feels like old website design where you have like these little blocks for the sections. Like if you look at it like a really nice website like Raycast, it feels infinite. But I don't know what that means exactly, like web design wise. So let's ask ChatGPT. I want the site to feel, right now it's like boxed off into different sections. There's like lines for different sections. I want it to feel like the background to be infinite. What kind of direction should I give Cursor to do that? Continuous immersive gradient backdrop. Whew, good language. Yes, exactly. Do you think it has the ability to make this gradient, or is it better to give it an image asset? Let's just see what Cursor comes up with first. So I'm just gonna give it that feedback. Let's see if it can make it with CSS. I don't know if that's how it works, but all right. Continuous gradient background, accept everything. All right, let's see what it comes up with. Cursor is not the best at design. Oh, look at that. It totally changed the background. Wow, it did it, kind of, but it got rid of the purple. Okay, nice, you did it. The only thing is I wanted different gradients throughout. So I wanted to the gradient to kind of transition from purple to black to green to black to blue. And I mean, hell, if you want to fit in any other color too, if it looks good with the gradient. Can you do that? All right, so we finally got the background looking good too. Exactly how I wanted it. We got purple to green to blue. The only annoying thing is this little line here. We're gonna worry about that later. For now, I had another idea. So I was looking back at my bookmark. This guy is legit, by the way, Designfly. He's like a subscription design service, but I absolutely love this website. And I know it's a little over the top to just be like designing the crap out of your website. You should really focus on your copy and your conversion and all that kind of stuff. But if we're gonna go all out, we might as well just see what Cursor can do. And I love this guy's style. So I'm kind of patching all of these different styles together, and hopefully it won't be too distracting. But I love these kind of like star or whatever in the background, especially because the company's name is Podflare. We want like some flair, some sort of like space theme to it. So I asked ChatGPT about that, and I said, what is this? I copy and pasted that screenshot. I said, what is this guy's style exactly? How do you describe it? And then ChatGPT gave me this prompt to give to Cursor, and I am going to ask it to do this. All right, I've added a subtle starfield effect that complements your beautiful gradient backgrounds, and it's a nice little touch. It just adds, it's all about layering. It's like photography where, you have more depth, just makes it look like a better image. So I'm liking it. I am liking it. We've got the video portfolio. We've got this nice gradient. We've got these stars in the background. The next section is just the services section. So we're going to take these cards, and right now they're just not really readable. I want it to be some kind of combination of this kind of card feel and this card feel. So I'm going to go to ChatGPT and ask it. So I like these cards as another example with the colors that they use. And then and the hover state is really cool too. So here's all three of those images attached. Do you think it would look good design-wise if we kind of combine the two? And what should I tell Cursor? Glassy feel, colorful, clean hover states, use border radius. All right, this might be too much information. Cursor tends to get confused with a lot of these, but let's just see what it comes up with. We can always revert. Okay, so we've got the cards set up. We've got these nice little gradients. Check out this hover state. And change the text, and that's what we got. And yeah, I also know there's a ton of copy here. There's way too many services. It's super distracting. I should just narrow it down to a couple. We'll worry about that later. I'll save that for another time, for another video. But I'm just putting these pieces together and kind of getting a feel for what this site could look like. So that's it for the services section. Now let's get down to how it works. So this was the original build from Cursor, which actually did a decent job. Obviously, it's not visible with this new background gradient, but I like the little glow. I like this, I see where it's going. I see where it's going with these little animations. So what I had in mind was something like this, and I just mocked this up in Canva very easily. It has the different colors here. It has kind of like stage 1, stage 2, stage 3. Let's see what Cursor comes up with here. Boom, boom. How it works. All right, Cursor, you got this. All right, what did it come up with? Let's see. Ooh, that's actually pretty good. Ooh, I am impressed. Okay, great job. It looks pretty good. The only thing is, it's just hard to see with this background. Here's a screenshot of what I'm looking at, and here's a screenshot of some inspiration. Can you just fill this in? It's like very, again, glass morphism here. Can you try to match that? See what it came up with. Pretty darn good. Oh, it's still got this animations in there. Got this nice little line here. Ooh, I like the publish, but I just want to click these buttons. All right, nice. I think this is good. All right, so now on to the FAQ section. What we're gonna do, I like this FAQ here. So I'm just going to take a screen recording and see if ChatGPT can describe this for Cursor. Okay, so record, I'm scrolling. Okay, nice. So I'm working on the FAQ section now, and I basically want the formatting to match this exactly. Is that something you can do? Let's see what it can do. Ooh, I like it. Let's go, Cursor. That's exactly what I'm looking for. It's a lot of FAQs. Too many FAQs, I think. Yeah, maybe there's a better way to house this. Okay, as I'm looking at it, there's just too many FAQs, so I want to house this a little bit differently. Basically, what I want to do is have a similar style to this card. It's a copy on the left of the card that says, have questions, very similar to this layout. And then on the bottom left, it has, have more questions, book a free discovery call, and then have a CTA for the book a discovery call. If it gets this, I'm going to be officially impressed. What? Holy, that is actually, oh, it even has a scroll here? Holy crap. Wow, I am underestimating it. That is so nice. That is as good as we're gonna get. contact us form. It's gonna be very basic. I'm just gonna say design it in the previous style of the website, see what happens. So let's go to Cursor. So next, can you design for me just a simple contact us form? It should be in the same style as we've been using these. Pretty good. It's a little hard to read, but it's different. It's got a different style. That's exactly what I was looking for. I don't know. I don't know what other feedback to give it. All right, so we're about done. The site is looking pretty good. There's some changes here and there. I think I kind of just like patched this thing together with like a bunch of different feels. I don't think it has like kind of cohesion of like a usual website, but whatever, it's fine. It's fine. We're just trying to get it out there. We're just trying to get it published. So finish the contact form. That's all set up. We've got the FAQs, we've got the process, we've got the different services. And yeah, again, I know there's too many of these, whatever, I'll fix it later. The videos are working great. And then we got the headline. So this baby is ready to go. I wanted to, for the last part of this video, to actually walk through how to get this thing live, because I think that's typically where people have the most questions is like, okay, cool, you can build this on like a local server, but how do you actually like put it on the internet? So let me walk through exactly how to do this. Basically, the process is pushing it to GitHub and then hosting it on Vercel or Vercel. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. We're gonna go to Cursor, and because I don't remember how to do this, I'm just gonna say, how do I push this to GitHub? It's gonna work its magic. And then as I'm doing that, I forgot that I need to go to GitHub, and then I need to make a new repository. Call this Podflare website public. I'm going to create the repository. I'm just going to give some code here. Push an existing repository from the command line. I don't know really what that means, but I'm just going to tell Cursor. Okay, I have this from GitHub too. It's the command line or something. And I don't remember how to use this, but put this into your thing that you do. All right, so we pushed to GitHub. Now let's refresh this. And then there it is. There is our whole repository of the website, all of the code. Now I need to go back to Cursor and tell it. This is one thing that I figured out is you need to tell it that it's going to be hosted in Vercel because it needs to create another package, a JSON package, I think, that tells Vercel what's in it. I don't know. I don't know what it means, but I just tell it. Okay, now it's going to be hosted in Vercel. So I need you to do something. I don't know exactly what you need to do, but to deploy this in Vercel. Yeah, configuration file. That's the name. Okay, now let's go to GitHub. We're going to refresh and then boom. So those changes have been made. They fixed the Vercel configuration that we asked it to. Now we're going to go into Vercel and we're going to go to add new project. And we're just going to import this Podflare v3 from GitHub directly into Vercel and then hit deploy. And then if you run into any error codes, sometimes that happens. Just they'll show up like right here and just copy and paste it and go back to Cursor, say, hey, I have this error code, because sometimes with the package.json, it doesn't do everything correctly is what I've noticed. So just a little tip. All right, it's deploying. I'm just gonna copy this. Okay, it's there. Wow, it actually works. So it's live in Vercel now. All you need to do is customize the domain, bring the domain onto the site, and bada bang, bada boom, we've got a live site. All right, that'll do it. We just vibe coded the living heck out of that site. And to be honest, I know the first output, it didn't look great. I mean, it was just kind of a boring design, but still, it was a fully functioning website from one prompt, which is still just bananas to me. And of course, if you're like me and just want to tweak every detail because now this is possible with these AI website builders, yeah, you can spend your entire weekend doing that, like I just did. But still, the fact that you can spin up a working site in what, 30, 40 minutes? Most of that time too was spent just me writing the prompt. The actual build, it took, 2 minutes and boom, it was there. So it's wild to think what we can do with this moving forward. Like, you can really test ideas quickly and just spin up landing pages, and the tech is only going to get better and better. So I am excited for that.